As the soldiers thrust their bayonets into the ground again and again, all the ninjas hiding beneath the surface were discovered. But this wasn't because the soldiers were so capable. There was a ninja traitor in the army. He knew exactly where the ninjas were hiding. Even those ninjas disguised as trees were easily found by him. After their disguises failed, the ninjas all began fleeing for their lives. Those who ran slow all died under the soldiers' blades. But watching large numbers of his subordinates get killed, the ninja leader wasn't flustered at all, because there was still a group of elite ninjas lurking in various corners of the battlefield. The soldiers had no idea where they were. At the same time, another group of elite ninja reinforcements had arrived. Each one of them was like a deity descending from the sky. At the leader's command, all the ninjas charged toward the soldiers. But the general saw hope for victory, because he felt the ninjas' frontal attack capability was very poor, and they would surely be killed to the last man by his soldiers. But he didn't know that these people not only had very strong disguise skills, but also excellent teamwork abilities. They would gang up whenever possible and never fight one-on-one. Besides that, they could skillfully use various concealed weapons, so the entire battle situation quickly reversed. The soldiers were beaten into steady retreat. Seeing they were about to be defeated, the general could only have the king leave first. This scene was spotted by the ninja Jimmy, who chased after them alone. But just as he was about to catch the king, an arrow suddenly flew from the distance and shot him down from the sky. It turned out the most capable general had arrived. He had once led 10,000 soldiers to defeat 100,000 enemy troops. But even someone this capable didn't dare relax his vigilance facing Jimmy. Sure enough, Jimmy had blocked that arrow. Then the two sides began the second round. Jimmy leapt high into the air again, pouncing toward the general. The general quickly counterattacked. The result was his spear pierced Jimmy's decoy. Jimmy pushed aside the decoy and attacked again. Unexpectedly, the opponent reacted quickly too, directly drawing the sword at his waist and slashing Jimmy to the ground. But just when everyone relaxed their guard, Jimmy actually woke up again. It turned out every time he went into battle, he prepared defenses. What was slashed just now was only the hard armor on his body. After removing this cumbersome metal plating, Jimmy felt unprecedented ease. His movements also became more agile. The soldiers' attacks looked like slow motion in his eyes and had no effect. They didn't even see Jimmy's figure before they were all knocked to the ground by him. Next was his third round with the general. But just as Jimmy was about to get close to the general, the king on the side suddenly launched a sneak attack. He had the general in front of him quickly drop down. Then he himself drew the bow and knocked an arrow, aiming at Jimmy. Because there was less than 2 meters distance, Jimmy had no time to react at all. In the end, the huge arrow the king shot sent him flying into the forest hundreds of meters away. However, the story was far from over at this point. After returning to camp, the king finally let down his guard, but a soldier before him suddenly drew his blade against him. A guard rushed up to protect him. Unexpectedly, that person was Jimmy in disguise. It turned out his reaction speed was comparable to the speed of light. In the instant the arrow was shot, he still had time to pick up the decoy on the ground, then block it in front of himself. That's how he survived in the end. And this time, he wasn't alone. Those wounded soldiers on the ground were all his comrades in disguise. Just Jimmy alone had already made the general difficult to deal with. And now so many elite ninjas had come, they had even less possibility of winning. To prevent outside reinforcements from arriving, the ninjas even closed all the entrances in the castle.